Really quick before the video starts, there are a few times where I repeat certain words or even like minuscule topics. So if that does get annoying to you, I really do apologize. This is my first video and I don't know how to edit properly. I would have cut them out had I known how to do any of that. But nothing I can really do, and I'm too lazy to focus for like the next 3 hours. Anyways, that's it. Enjoy the video. Hi there everyone. I don't really know how to start this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. I didn't really have any plans to make this recording today. I just kind of hit record and went with what I thought was right. And I just really want to rant about something. I want to talk about ADHD. Now, if you somehow don't know what ADHD is a common neurodevelopment disorder that affects how the brain develops and functions. Basically, it just makes it harder for you to focus really, or even remember certain things that just happen here and there. I mostly know about this because I have experienced ADHD my entire life. I have experiences where I put cups down, leave it alone for like maybe a minute or two, and then completely forget about its entire existence or just forget where it is entirely. It sucks having ADHD here and there, but it's not super bad for me. The way to explain what ADHD is for me, really, it feels like having 4 voices in your head constantly talking to each other, which is why it's hard for me to focus because I feel like I'm constantly arguing with myself or just like constantly saying something that just distracts me from the main thing that I'm trying to be focused on. And it's just what I have to live with. And it may sound a little bit bad, but it's not all too bad in my perspective. But that's not the reason why I'm bringing up ADHD. The reason I'm bringing up ADHD is because, and don't kill me for this is just all my entire own opinion, so feel free to disagree or agree, whichever one you'd like to do. The reason I'm talking about ADHD is I've overhear a lot about certain stories about how people with ADHD say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I have ADHD. And if it was something you had to memorize or just anything similar to that vein, I would understand, considering the fact that I fall into that category a lot where I'm supposed to do a task, I'm supposed to remember, and then I end up just completely forgetting everything. And it's just commonplace for me. It really is. And it may sound sad, and it kind of is here and there, but it's just how I live. But the thing I dislike about ADHD, or not necessarily ADHD, but people who have ADHD, I hate when people use it as a crutch. And I mean that in the sense of, let's say you're working at a restaurant and you have to go start cooking up some meals, just make sure you have everything prepped. But, oh, you need help from old Johnny over there. Johnny has ADHD. And he can't help you cook because he has ADHD. Oh, it prevents me from being able to do this. I don't think that's how ADHD works, really. From my personal opinion and experience of my entire life. I don't just become stupid. I don't just drink that goofy juice and just suddenly forget how to use a knife. I know how to cook. I know how to cut things up. I know how to do all this. The only reason I'm so held back is because I'm lazy. I'm a procrastinator. I'm just all this. But I don't blame my ADHD because that's not what my ADHD does to me. My ADHD just makes it hard to focus or memorize. That's all it does for me. And that's literally the base definition of ADHD, along with being able to control your emotions a little less than others. But I feel perfectly fine. But once again, this is just my own personal experience. It could be different flavors of ADHD for everybody. But that's why I wanted to hop on here and talk about how I feel with ADHD, because there's so many people out there who constantly use ADHD as their crutch for being stupid. And if it was a topic in class that you had missed or just like gotten distracted on, that's completely understandable. It's kind of hard to focus. Once again, ADHD is literally the definition of attention deficiency. But when you use ADHD as an excuse for every little thing in your life, that's where it becomes a problem. Because at that point, it's just using it as an excuse. Like, I'm stupid because I chose to just slack off, be lazy, and all. That's my decision. That's my problem. That's what I did. ADHD doesn't force you to be a lazy person or a procrastinator. It just makes it hard to focus. That is what ADHD definition is. And I've heard stories from friends and coworkers about how they meet certain people who have ADHD and then they use it as the biggest crutch of all time of, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I have ADHD. Yes, you can. ADHD didn't make you lose function in your fingers or your arms. You've been using them your whole life. You're 20 years old and I could see you flailing your arm around doing nothing. But oh, now you suddenly can't do said thing because, oh, my ADHD made me forget. That is not how it works, at least from my personal opinion and my personal experience. But who knows? Maybe I could be wrong because I'm not exactly everyone else. But once again, I've lived with ADHD my whole life. I have felt every experience I could with ADHD distracting me or even affecting my memorization for certain things. Little, I suppose, story of sorts is just going to work one day. I had to work at 5 o'clock. I brought a Maverick cup to my workplace every single day just for the sole fact that I was allowed to get free drinks. And I'm a fat ass. So I had placed my Maverick cup just down on the kitchen window. Gotten myself an Uber to work because nobody was available. And afterwards, I hopped in my Uber, checked myself, thought I had everything, and then halfway through the ride, oh shit, I forgot my Maverick cup. That's what ADHD does to me. Something simple and still kind of sucks, but it's harmless at the end of the day. I never went to work in that restaurant saying, oh, I'm sorry, I can no longer help you because I have ADHD. I had never once used my ADHD as a crutch to that degree. Actually, I've never used my ADHD as a crutch in general. It's just infuriating to hear people say ADHD is the reason you can't do certain things. Like, you don't suddenly lose function throughout your entire body. You just lose focus. That is all my ADHD has done. And once again, I'm not everybody else, so I don't know how it affects every other person. But it shouldn't affect you to this degree. And like, I've met a lot of people who've had ADHD. I say who've had as if they suddenly got cured from it. I meet a lot of people who have ADHD. And never once have they told me, oh, I couldn't do this because of my ADHD. It's always the same process of, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this because I have ADHD. Or, yeah, my ADHD made me forget all this. And that's completely fine. To me, at least. I, once again, lived with it my whole life. And that's always what it's done to me. Real quick, I do want to apologize for the shit gameplay you're seeing right now. I kind of just threw this together on a whim and started recording the gameplay and somehow got lucky at this point in the game. Don't know how. I can only win using mods for Balatro. Anyways, back to the ramblings. Like I said, I just dislike it because it sucks going out to work and just seeing somebody who has ADHD and you know it, but they use it as a crutch or more of an excuse for being stupid. That's just what it is to me. Now, once again, feel free to agree or disagree. Just once again, it's more of my own opinion and from the way I view it. Sorry, this is a long pause here. Just more of, I hopefully didn't piss a lot of you off, or depending on who even decides to watch this. But I don't know. Feel free to share a story or two if you have experiences of somebody who has ADHD using it as a crutch. Because like I said, I've heard my fair share of stories. Hell, even my brother works with somebody who has ADHD and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do all this because I have ADHD. And it's just like simply cutting up some veggies. Brother in Christ, you're 21 and you can't cut veggies? Really? But I don't know. That's just more of how my personal opinion is on ADHD and how people use it as a crutch. I heavily hate seeing it, because then I guess it doesn't necessarily impact me per se, but it's just more of, I feel like it puts a bad image on me, or people with ADHD, because not everyone's like that. It really is just different for every person, especially people who have ADHD. But I don't know, there's no way to really change that opinion or fact, or however you want to view it. At the very end of the day, it's your opinion and how you want to view it. That's really about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing me rant, even though I repeated some topics here and there. Hopefully you didn't want to pull your hair out from seeing the dog shit gameplay. And I hope you all have a great day. See ya.